Alright, let's see if we can snatch up a win here to round out the day. Nope, not like this. Sure. I'm very bad at judging my own variance. I tend to not blame bad luck, but I think we've been reasonably unlucky today in our games. I think so. It feels like that for sure. Now we need to draw... Whoops. We need to draw basically just spells. Almost any spells. Like most of our creatures are 4-drops or less. A lot of our removal fits in there too. Lightning Strike, Pulserate. I guess Covenant doesn't really, but... we need to draw 3-drops, 4-drops, that kind of thing. Perfect. Friggin' perfect draw. We've got a fantastic curve here. Unfortunately, our opponent's in white, which we saw was pretty open. It would seem. It certainly seemed pretty open, so I can only imagine he's got a very good deck, unless he was sitting right on the opposite side of the table from us. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. To drop, our opponent mulled to 6, courteously joining us. White-green. Okay, we'll offer that trade. Let's not play land yet. Offers the trade for the Sangres Pegasus. Annoyingly, this thing actually races effectively because it's only 1 life each. Because we deal 2 to him, he deals 1 to us and gains 1 of our 2 back. Krenko's Enforcer, followed by a Paragon of Fierce Defiance, though, is going to change all of that. Today has not been a spectacular day of drafting for Denis. I had a great day yesterday. Won an 8-4 with 2 Hornet Queens. Won another 8-4 with 3 Jorabai Work Lurkers. But today, I mean, actually kind of fine. Like, I'd rather do it on that than some of our other spells. I'm going to play Paragon here rather than attack with Krenko. Or rather attack with Enforcer. This way, if we, once we run out of gas, which is, as it sits next turn, we have something to pour our mana into, which is nice. It's going to be a 3-3 Intimidator, which is far from irrelevant. If we draw a Scrapyard Mongrel, we can give it haste with the Paragon, but I think we probably just play the Shadow Cloak instead. I guess it depends a little bit on what our opponent plays, but... Midnight Guard, okay. That turns off our Sable attacks. Ow. Okay. If we hit land again next round, we can do this. So interestingly, our opponent's Oppressive Raise has given us sort of an out to flooding. By an out, I mean we can. It doesn't do much. Oppressive Raise, I think, is better in M15 than it was in Theros Block, but I don't think it's super amazing in either. It's just a nuisance. Admittedly, it has saved him 6 life now, so it's not nothing at all. We can block that, buddy. I shouldn't F6 because we can block that. Cool. There's the Mongrel. Which I believe is just a better play than attacking with Krenko's Enforcer. So let's attack with our Vampire and give him some wings. Sweet. Get in there. This thing's a 5-3. Which is nice. It means he has to trade both his creatures for it if he wants to block it. Now I'm assuming he's going to play something else. Oh, it's actually a 6-4. Because of the Paragon, of course. Oh, I'm stupid. We could have attacked with it. I'm so stupid. This only costs a single red, doesn't it? That was stupid, Denis. That was very stupid. We could have attacked with this too. That was really stupid. Okay. Well, that was a mistake that we've made, but hopefully we're going to win this game anyway. We need to pay 3 for our attackers. Let's do that. Okay, let's pay 2 life for this guy. And then F6. Our opponent's still off Sanctified Charge mana, so we're not super scared of much at all here, really. Is that a chump? Could be a Titanic Growth. Which would be very awkward. Because he'll gain back a ton of life. But, you know, we get it out of his hand. He still takes some damage. Oh, is that also a chump? Can't growth them both. Could ephemeral shields one of them, but that's not really worrying. Raise the alarm. What? Devouring light? On this? Or this, maybe? Probably this. Ephemeral shields. Indestructible doesn't work that way. I still get to deal 3 to you. Yeah, it wasn't good for him at all. I wouldn't need double... Oh, I suppose double blocking wouldn't work then. Doesn't this give +1/+1? No, it doesn't. Wow. I didn't think so, but I don't know why he'd... Weird. Weird. I guess those are the best blocks he could make, because the only thing that could block this is the... Okay. We have lethal. No, we don't have lethal quite. I think this is still a good attack. It's going to trade for these two, probably. And that still lets us get in for 2 damage. Or it doesn't. No, it doesn't, sorry. Still think it's a good attack, though. Oh. Okay. So he goes to 1 off of these alone, unless he has Devouring Light. Which I assume he doesn't, because he didn't cast it last turn. And because he hasn't been casting anything for a few turns, I'm going to assume he drew that Midnight Guard. So he double blocks. That doesn't kill it. You have to put these in front as well. Okay, so he killed 2 of his guys and taken to 1. Seems fine to me. Could have attacked with these 2, but what would have happened was he'd chump 1 and just trade for the Bronze Sable. Which might have been okay, to be honest. Triplicate Spirits wouldn't even save him here. That does not save him either. He's still just dead to the Shadow Cloak. Attack with Krenko's Enforcer, though. No real reason not to. You could still have Devouring Light, though I think he would have done it by now if he had it. Now I'm assuming he just drew that Missionaries. Actually, no, he probably drew the land. What do you have? It's not Devouring Light, is it? No, it's not. Okay. Do we have a Fester Gloom? We do not. We have a Crippling Light. It's not really worth it against Soldier tokens. We have Crowd's Favour. It's also not really worth it. Rummaging Goblin. Not a game for Blastfire Bolt. Maybe a game for Rotfeaster Maggot, but I don't think I'm going to bother bringing it in. I think I'm going to keep things the same and try and do that again. 2 lands. Lightning Strike, a 3-drop, a 4-drop, and removal on the draw. I can keep that. It's risky. We need a land. Pretty sharpish. But this will keep him off our back. It's not great against tokens now. But, you know, maybe it'll hit a Midnight Guard or something. My pop filter has slipped. So apologies for what is probably going to be awful noise right about now. There we go. Mountain. Rocky Mountain. Pass. Get it? Rocky Mountain. Pass. Comedy. Raise the alarm. Sungrace Pegasus. Okay. Not a terrible Lightning Strike target, especially if he's going to put something on it at some point. Cone of Flame's quite good against his deck. Ugh. On end step, I'm probably going to strike something here. Assuming he's going to play a 3-drop. Yeah, we're going to strike that. Do it after he's attacked with the Pegasus so he can't have Ephemeral Shields, which you know he's running. That is of note. We know he has Ephemeral Shields, actually. So, whoop. Zap. Land, please. Land, please. Land, please. Land, please. Come on. Come on. Dad needs a new pair of shoes. Whoop. Aye. Well, keeping a 2-lander even on the draw sometimes does not pay off. Like, we missed 3 draw steps of land, which is, you know, that's far from unlikely. That Lightning Strike is going to keep him off our back for a little. Oof. 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 And it's going to be a short one, kids. What do we ditch? This, probably. It's our only answer to that thing, but we're not in a position to be playing it and paying life in 3 turns. We're going to have taken... In 3 turns we'll have taken 1 million damage, I believe. I think it's 1 million. 4 by 3 is 12. We'll go to 6. That's rough. Okay. That's something. I was about to say we're getting screwed out of this game, but I did keep a dodgy hand, so can't complain too badly. If we draw runner lands here, over the next 2 turns, if we draw 2 lands and one of them is a mountain, I think we're in good shape. Because this is annoying, but it's a wonderful 1 target for this Cone of Flame. We have to go 1, 2, and then 3, either him or whatever his other thing is. Yeah, if we draw a mountain next turn, we dump Mongrel or Paragon. Probably Mongrel. Yeah, probably Mongrel. I guess depends on what he plays. That doesn't actually matter that much. Prevents us from attacking him, that's about it. He has to be a land, preferably a mountain. That's fine if the next one's a mountain. You know, if the next one's a mountain, that is dandy. If it's not, we're in trouble, I believe. Because we just can't block these flyers. But if it is a mountain, and if he spends his turn playing something with 3 toughness, like his stupid Tireless Missionaries, or another Midnight Guard, I fancy our chances. Because we get to get the solid 3 for 1. Give a follow-up. Impressive Raise again, okay. It's not a mountain. Not at all. So we need to hit that mountain, I believe, just straight up next turn. The most aggressive play is probably actually this Paragon, but I'm going to play Wolfforge Golem instead. It doesn't really matter too much. We either hit that mountain or we don't. Actually, if it's a swamp, we can bolt the Geist and buy a little more time. Wow. If it's a mountain, though, and he plays something with 3 toughness, or even if he doesn't, that's fine. We're not dead yet. We go to 1, though, so Blast Firebolt is no longer an out. Has to be a mountain. The worst. Just the worst. Just the worst. Okay. Wasn't directly on top of our deck for the Robins anyway. Alright, we kept a dodgy hand. We got punished by flyers. This is good against the 3-1, but that's kind of it. It's also good, okay, against the Pegasus, I guess. Probably better than just that random Sacred Armory. Yes, we'd like to play first. Yes, we'd like to keep this. We need another mountain or another swamp for this, but that's fine. It's a little land heavy, but it'll block. This will block most of his creatures. Again, not as flyers, but still. Every single round we've stomped game 1, and then just lost or gotten screwed the other 2. And I'm not. I'll take full responsibility for last game. That was a sketchy keep at the best of times. I'll admit that. But we did draw. Like, there were several turns there where a mountain would have just put us in fantastic shape, and we just couldn't get it. That's fine. Froggy. Oh, who are you? Come on, ribbit. We have totally offered to trade our Bronze Sable for his Skirmisher. Is there an Oppressive Raise in our future? No, but there is a Gather Courage or a Titanic Growth or something to that effect. I think we're actually going to make him use it here. He's probably going to spend most of his turn. Oh, we just forgot? Weird. Super weird that he just didn't... What? Okay. A little bizarre. Alright. Krenko's Enforcer, leave up Ulcerate, say go. We'll ulcerate a Midnight Guard or something. Or a Living Totem. Or nothing with 6 cards in hand. Whatever. Also that. What is going on? Raise the alarm? That doesn't do anything. Unless you also have that trick from earlier, in which case we're going to get you. Devouring Light, okay. So he does have one. That information's not useful anymore because this is game 3, but still. Alright, Mongrel will leave up Ulcerate again. Say go. Next turn play Bronze Sable, still leaving up Ulcerate. Assuming we don't use it here. Tireless Missionaries, Ulcerate it. Midnight Guard, we'll Ulcerate that. That even gets through Ephemeral Shields. Attack for 7. That attack earlier, that was weird. He must have just forgotten that our frog was a 2-3 or something. I don't know. We still swamp away from flesh to dust, but that's okay. This is triplicate spirits, so I don't fancy our chances too much. Okay, that's fine. Torchman's good. We'll trade any of these for that, to be honest. Because if he blocks this thing, he still takes 4. He'll go to 1 here if he blocks the mongrel. Yep, assuming he doesn't have a trick. Ephemeral Shields doesn't do it. I mean, it saves his guy, but he still goes to 1. Torchfiend, go. If that had been a swamp, he would have just won there. Because we flesh dust that responds and trample kills him. So he needs to put up 1,000,000 blockers, and we need to not draw swamp. Targeting presumably Torchfiend. Oh! Otherwise I can just pop that. It's actually probably just not. What do you pick? Oh, he's still choosing. It's probably not worth it to pop this unless he goes to like do something stupid like put a mark bind on it or something. You just put it on this though. Because this can trade for this, sure. But this can also trade for this. So for now, it's probably not worth it. Still choosing a card name. We have enough mana that if we draw a swamp, we can still do both and kill this and then present 2 lethal threats, which he has to answer with 4 mana at instant speed unless he has a follow-up play. Torchfiend. So now he can't do that. He's got 1 card in hand though and he's dead on board. Swamp. Mountain. I'm going to go for it here. These are all trades. And he needs to have something. Okay. Die. Cool. We won one in the end. Thank you for watching. I've been Dennis. Sorry for my horrible misplays and occasionally bad luck. And frankly, questionable keeps. Happens sometimes though. Don't forget to check out Omnicrat's research project down in the description. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, also down in the description. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next weekend with another regular episode. I think Oisin might be by himself this weekend, unfortunately, and that is my fault entirely. We're back for a normal episode on NTG Academy next week on Wednesday. Other than that, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.